Hello everyone, Dana 14th Prime here. I want to do a video share today with you guys on the Planet X Ismenios G1 expansion kit. This kit provides various parts and accessories to turn your IDW inspired Deszaras, like you see here, a little bit closer to your G1 style Deszaras, like you see here. So let me show you what you get in this expansion kit. So here's everything in the expansion kit. If you're not familiar with the base Planet X figure, be sure to check out my video review. I'll link that here up in the corner. And for the kit here, we do get a new card. It says Planet X G1 expansion kit there, obviously with the whole new getup that this kit provides. Very nice, like credit card almost thickness to this card. Got all the parts on the back of that, and of course some of his stats. Of course we get instruction manual here, so we'll be coming back to this. And then these are all the parts, and a couple of the big things, of course, would be the wings. Very, very different wings from a G1 Deszaras, you choose how you like to say it, versus his IDW counterpart. So these are really help make the look. That's a big piece of the G1 aesthetic. So you get a pair of these, and I can just show you a bit right here while we've got it. All the nice molding through there. There's definitely pretty well detailed, and it's got a nice paint through it. This glossy kind of baby blue. Check that out on the other side. Yeah, so very well detailed with these wings. Of course, we got his ball and chain / gun. So it's kind of toy-esque. You've got like the gun effect here. And then you can just pop off and pull out. It all stores inside the mace. A long chain, and of course he could basically then hold the barrel of the gun as the handle of the mace. So pretty cool accessory there. Certainly does a better job than the G1 toy. Gets you a little bit better in terms of a tune accuracy option. We get his second Breastmaster here. So you then have the pair of the Breastmasters, and this can also go on his chest if you prefer to take the original one off. We get the G1 head. And again, that's a big one. Really, the wings and the head are kind of the two things that, will pop the most. That looks really cool. He's got, sort of the bird crown and the eyes up on top. Really nice silver face with yellow eyes in there. Really good head sculpt. And then for the bird, his dragon mode, bird mode, whatever, you'll get this like, super chromed out dragon head. And this is really very toy. So it's G1, but it goes more G1 towards the toy with the big chrome head. So you may prefer to keep the original head on if you'd like more of a closer to tune deco as you could get. And then they give you basically a screwdriver to help put it all together. And here I almost forgot, you get for the back of the head just a little plastic fill piece, to cover the screw. Let me start off just by showing you the second Breastmaster piece in action. This would be his primary look. And you pop that out, and as I complained in the initial review, you get this big hole there, and they provided nothing to really help you get the true underside look. This at least provides you something. You get the second Breastmaster and a couple of holes there, a couple of pegs there. If I can do this from behind the camera. There we go. Those peg in like so, and you can get some coverage if you wanted to have the first Breastmaster off. It's okay, it's not really what he looked like underneath there when both the Breastmasters were off, running around, at least in the G1 cartoon. I would prefer if they'd just provided a piece to make that look. But at least it does give you some option if you don't want the big bulkier Breastmaster on, or you want him out transformed beside him. If you want to take his Breastmaster and transform him, of course, it's fairly simple. There's some pegs up here to sort of push out the top there. Give him a spin around, put his head up, and just flip up these wings. And then just put his little feet down and flip them down like that. For his wings here, just kind of stretch them out like this. You're just going to want to set them back in like that. Same thing on this side. Just pivot that in, fold that up. And then his head, just on a little peg, and spin that around. Mine is like super tight. Feels like it's going to break, but there he basically is. Just like this. He's just a flimsy little dude. Looks like that. You can put his head down if you like. Gold toes, silver beak, little silver eye there. Some accents under the side of the wings. some accents there on what becomes the tail, and then his back's just sort of like this. So it's okay, and it's a bird like it's supposed to be, but nothing too special, just kind of checks the box. Let's get to the new head next. There's a screw in the original one that you can just come right into in the back here, so let's take this off. And once you have the screw out, the head just kind of splits at the splits in half. It's enough to get it off. And here, just to give you a good look at those heads side by side. Again, the right hand being the IDW and the new G1 sculpt there on the left. Both are good, but really dig this G1 head. Again, that and the wings, the main reasons I picked up this kit. So to put the new head on, let's start by loosening the screw again. It's got its own screw, so we'll loosen that. So we got some room to put it on the joint. So I split the head there, and I'm just going to, again, slide that over the ball joint. You can see it right there. I'm going to go right there. And put the front over it. Push it together. Let's put our screw back in there. And then don't forget, you get the fill piece here. And that's just going to pop over. That's how that'll look. And there's a quick shot of the front with that new G1 head sculpt. Looks very cool. Of course, next for the head and wings, we want to go ahead and transform him into his dragon mode. We want to swap out these head and wings so he goes from looking like this to this. Let's start with the head. So behind the head on the neck, you see a series of screws. We want to go to the first attachment point and take that screw out. Again, head's just on a ball joint, similar to the bot head. We'll say these things peg pretty well tightly themselves, but if you kind of get a fingernail there to wedge at the seam, off a ball peg there, then let you open that up to take the head off the ball peg. And again, here, just to give you a good look, the G1 head here on the right, again, very toy, super chromed out. Maybe a hair smaller, particularly because it doesn't have as big of a arch thing coming off of the top of the head. Get you a look at those side by side. And let's just position back the neck joint, the new head in those slots, and of course the cover piece here. And we'll tighten that back up. Next up here we have the wings, and you need to remove these circular pieces here, which you can pop off with a fingernail, just little covers. You know what, on this right one, the plug cap appears to be on the bottom, actually, of the right hand wing. There we go. Then coming back to this left wing here, of course we've exposed a screw so we can take that out. And this whole thing has got a little spring load in it, so you'll feel it kind of push out. And then just remove the wing. Your spring's just going to always stay right there on that little peg. Then in terms of grabbing your new wing, the solid ring up, because there's some indentations on the other side to help just fit. So that will just go right back over the top. And then we'll just close that back up here. Snap that together. Screw it in. Keep your wing articulation. And put your cover back on. Same thing on the right wing. Again, we're kind of underneath it. We took the cover panel off, but let's remove the screw. And the wing. Put our spring back on there. Our wing back on. Put the spring in. So it almost seems kind of the opposite. But I still have the clean side up and the hollowed side down. Though admittedly I expected them to invert a bit there. But let's put it together and see if we still keep our traction. Yep, we do. And then of course the cover panel back over the screw. And then I'll show you here, because you probably won't see it from the front when I show you the whole dragon, but if you put the chest piece back on here, you get more of a streamlined look. So a different look and just a little less clunk on the back than when you get with the other Breastmaster. Worth just mentioning here, guys, the big blue translucent wing pieces that come with this figure, which give it a great dramatic effect but make it very large, can peg onto the top of these G1 wings as well. So you can still use them if you want. Personally, I think it'd look a bit strange, but it's an option. Mine are packed away. I can't demonstrate it. At least it keeps those features integrated if you'd like to use them with this G1 kit. And here you'll have the completed Deszaras in his dragon mode. Personally, I think the colors all mixed there and look just really wonky. Just a big chrome head with no other chrome accents throughout the figure to kind of help tie it in. And then the powder blue, light blue, North Carolina blue wings, and then the dark blue below. Not exactly loving that myself, but it's really bot mode that I want to check out. So I'm going to flip him back to bot mode and be right back. So here he is looking as G1 as possible with the big blue wings. Of course, let's not forget the mace and his cool G1 head sculpt. And I kind of just packed up some of the stuff in the back a little bit differently. Try to hide the claws as much as possible. I believe IDW, you want them kind of come over the head. I'm just folding them down a different way. It helps a little bit too. We'll give them a quick up and down here. Again, I think very, very cool. One complaint, it's an upgrade kit, right? So you're another $40 into what's already a, whatever it was, $150, $160 figure to kind of get this G1 look that you like. It ends up being, pretty pricey overall. But at the same time, pretty cool that you can kind of swap out and get both of them in one figure. Because I know Mastermind's Creations, they're actually doing 2 separate figures. One for G1 and one for IDW. That will, of course, enable them to make each of theirs respectively, better and more focused on that look. But if you were to want both of them, it becomes even more expensive then. I will say it would be cool if this would have swapped out with maybe some sort of posable wire chain, so you can actually get that dynamically in the air. Otherwise, it just sort of hangs there, which is not too exciting. But there you have it, guys. Planet X G1 expansion kit for Ismenios. Not Transformers Victory, Deszaras, or Deathsauras if you like. I definitely like this look, so glad I picked that up. Okay, guys, be sure to drop a like or a comment on your way out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out my Instagram, Amazon page, etc. Link down below. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you next time.